let me share a couple of other photos with you. So, and I'm going to get to some of your comments and questions in just a minute. We're going to have a brief show tonight. So let me share some of the issues that Jordan Peterson's had in his lifetime. I'm going to share some of the issues I've had. So this is a picture of me before I made lifestyle changes. And it's something where we have to be careful when we throw these definitions out. And beauty is arbitrary. So yes, Sports Illustrated had an arbitrary definition of beauty. I'm going to share with you a few of the Sports Illustrated models over the years. And I'm going to share, I think this is important to look at. So yes, these are beautiful women, but notice, where's the six pack here? Where's the muscle? Where are the biceps and tricep muscle mass? She's supposed to be an extreme athlete. Again, Tyra Banks, beautiful woman, no six pack there. I don't see biceps, muscle tone. Maybe a little bit of outline there, not exactly six pack, but a little muscle tone. The legs, maybe there's a little muscle tone there. Again, beautiful women, thin women. I don't see the extreme athleticism. I don't see the muscle tone there. And again, we don't know the body composition of these women. They're beautiful women. They have beautiful faces. Again, flat stomach, but no, definition there. A little bit of muscle tone there, which is good. So the amount of athleticism in the women on Sports Illustrated magazine has varied. Here's Kim Kardashian on Sports Illustrated. Some other pictures of her. But again, she has pretty wide hips. So again, the point is his argument fails from the standpoint is there's a requirement of extreme athleticism. I don't think that's proven out. There is an implication of ideal health that's also not proven out. And I know for a fact, as a practicing clinician, that I have many patients with normal BMI who look as beautiful as models. Some are young athletes who are not in excellent health. Health is a much more complex issue. Evaluating health is much more complex than looking at a photograph on a magazine. And I think Jordan Peterson should know better than that. So before I go on and look at your comments and questions, I want to ask you to hit the like button if you haven't done so, or give us some love. Also share this video for anyone who you think may benefit from it, and give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't had time to do so. So anyway, let me look at some of these comments before we sign off. Hi, Ms. Brown, JW, happy 4th to you. Catherine Welch, hello. CH, good evening, happy 4th. Happy 4th, everybody's saying happy 4th. Waiting on the 5th. Otis waiting on the 5th. You must have something special happening on the 5th. Vita Evanel Brown, high in beauty are all the women he's showing a particular ideal of beauty, question mark. That's been an issue in the past in terms of certain racial makeup of women who are thought to be beautiful. And Catherine Welch, woo, this is a hot topic tonight. Hello, everyone, and happy 4th of July to you. And 0.68 waist to hip ratio. Maybe he meant muscular. Hi, Dr. Montgomery. I'm in Trinidad instead of the Netherlands. Finally, I may see you live. Oh, yes. Hello, Miss Jennifer Martina. Welcome back to this side of the world. Happy 4th of July. Agree 100%, but at the same time, he is entitled to his opinion. I agree. He is entitled to his opinion. And I'm not arguing his opinion of beauty. When he says, no, not beautiful, I have no arguments with that. That's his opinion of beauty. But he went into very specific definitions, specifically mean extreme athleticism. So athleticism brings about a definition. It's not necessarily, it's my opinion that this person is athletic. Well, athletic by definition implies a certain amount of strength, agility, and ability. So it gets out of the subjective realm into a specific definition of someone. And then when you imply health, again, it's all relative to a certain extent, but it gets into certain definitions of what's health. Good evening, happy 4th. You're extremely, absolutely brilliant arguments. Thank you very much, Vita Brown, Richard Coleman. I wholeheartedly agree. Let's see here. I agree, Dr. Montgomery. Lots of times one gives comments on such issues without really going deep into what they're saying. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yep, I agree. And so, Veda can't hear. You lost connection. Okay, I hope I haven't lost too much connection. Lipo often doesn't give a six-pack. Good point here. So some women get liposuction. And so that's what happens there. So I hope I tell you what, if those of you in the chat, can you give me a number one, type 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Type number 1 in the chat if you can hear me, just to make sure I'm being heard. Hello from South Beach. Good evening. Everybody gives a thumbs up. I'm afraid I may have lost my sound. Everything looks good on my end. Nicole getting a number 1. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Annette Rose, you can hear me. So great. So great information. Great. So I'm still coming through. So in summary, we have a situation here where Sports Illustrated decided to make a change in their arbitrary definition of beauty. Oh, you couldn't hear me to show the picture myself. Okay. So what happened was they, I guess they're recognizing the increased market of obese women, obese females. I don't know. I mean, obesity is a problem and it's growing. And so he thought it was a cheap attempt on their approach for marketing, which, I mean, again, he's entitled to his opinion. And so I don't, the sentiment of his argument, as I understand it, is that we should not be normalizing something that is not necessarily healthy. We shouldn't be normalizing obesity, which isn't healthy. I agree with that sentiment. But when you break down the argument, I don't think we should say, okay, thin females who have a certain body habits are also healthy, because they're not necessarily healthy either, especially when they go about getting healthy by means of binge dieting and drug use, which is fairly popular among models. So if his argument would have stood more ground if the criteria for Sports Illustrated models in the past had been true athleticism. Can we get the female athlete of the year, or can we have them go through a heptathlon or something, so the women, show strength and agility as well as beauty? So there's a contest every year. So so then it is representing extreme athleticism. So you get to measure those qualities in addition to looking at the person. So it's almost like saying that, looking at a female of a certain body habitus lets you know what her mindset is like, or her intelligence is, or et cetera. No, you wouldn't say it represents extreme intelligence by just looking at an image. No, because you measure intelligence by another means other than just looking at someone. And so extreme athleticism, or any form of athleticism, or health for that matter, is not measured by simply looking at someone. Yes, that's some way you can tell by looking at them. You may get some insight as to whether they're healthy or not healthy. If they're morbidly obese and they've got rashes all over themselves and things like that, then you say that person looks unhealthy and likely is unhealthy. However, if someone looks ideal, that person does not necessarily look healthy. So the argument breaks down rapidly when you get into those kinds of definitions. I'd be glad to talk to Dr. Peterson on the station if he wants to come on our small little channel, but I don't think he would care to do that. But if you're hearing Dr. Peterson, tweet out a response, or come back on YouTube and give a response. We'd love to hear your response to our comments. Just because someone is skinny doesn't mean they're athletic or healthy. That's correct. Substance abuses, indeed. Thank you, Dr. Murray, for valuable information. Great point. So thank you very much, guys, for dropping in. It's always a pleasure hearing your comments. And of course, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't had a chance to do so, and please share this valuable information. I think many people get a lot out of it. Until next time, keep it fresh, natural, and live.